Thanks to those joining me live and to those that'll be joining me on archive. You're listening on archive right now. Press the like button. Also, tell me what you think about the fight announcement. February 27th, Canelo Alvarez will be back to face Yildirim. Yildirim is the mandatory for the WBC strap, which Canelo won the vacant strap for against then WBA super champion Callum Smith. Now he will be honoring his mandatory, as many fighters do, but the storm of words will begin very, very soon. YouTube is going to go crazy, so I wanted to go ahead and beat the traffic. Is what I wanted to do. All right. Bruce goes, how's it going? I wanted to beat the traffic. Saul Canelo Alvarez. I just got my notification here. We kind of already knew the fight was going to happen. We're just waiting for the official announcement. Not that I was like excited about it, but nonetheless, we're waiting for this to be announced. This is Canelo's Ocampo. Like, you know what I mean? He's got to take care of Ocampo. You know, he's got to take care of his mandatory. He's got to do his mandatory obligations. You know, so that's what he's going to do. He's going to fulfill his mandatory. People are like, you don't fight mandatory. Well, he's going to fight his mandatory. Well, I don't like that one. Well, too bad. Right? Saul Canelo Alvarez has a plan. You know? Saul Canelo has a plan. His plan is to be the undisputed champion, 168 pounds. Stop him if you don't want him to do it. Ain't nobody going to get in his way. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. You're going to pretend that he's scared. You're going to clout chase his name. That's what all you're going to do unless you're going to do something about it. I didn't see anybody cry tears when Caleb Plant announced he was going to fight Caleb Truax. I didn't see nonstop videos about that trash fight. None. And too late now. You didn't do it. Too late. Too late. Saul Canelo Alvarez will be coming back. This is a short. I mean, keep in mind, he just fought in December. You know? So it's like, what? It's a 2 months? 2 months later, boom, back to the ring. He'd shake the cobwebs off, the ring rust. You know what I mean? Shook it all off. And he's going to, have a little tune up here, tune himself up a little bit. Oh, I feel sorry for whoever the fuck's going to fight him after that. I can tell you this right now. Y en español te lo digo si no me entienden. Whoever's fighting Canelo next, oh, shit, I feel bad for you. Right? Oh, but Caleb Plant, he just wanted time. He just needed time after time. Guess what? Canelo's going to schedule a fight right after yours, Caleb. Hey, Smith, Canelo's going to have a training camp, and he's going to fight somebody just 2 months after he had a fight. You don't see him crying about it, dude. Like, oh, I just had a training camp, and then I need 6 months to recover. I didn't hear any of that. None. The pound for pound king, it's what he is too. People got to make up rules to not put this guy in the pound for pound. Okay, I never seen so many rules made up just to not have this dude in the pound for pound list. You know what I mean? But it's whatever. People get mad at the list, like, fuck those lists, they're going to make my list. And then people criticize your list. Oh, well, why do you care about my list? Well, then stop. Then don't make your list public if you don't want people to comment about it. All right? You don't want people to trash a trash-ass pound-for-pound list. Don't make it public then. Right there. Simple as that. Making shit public on the internet. And then wondering why people are talking about it. Let me tell you something about Canelo, man. He's going to come out. He's going to win. Okay, this fight, obviously. And so it's right after the Caleb Plant fight. So, Caleb, you're going to have about 20 some odd days more to recover than Canelo. Okay. You're both fighting trash opponents, if I keep it honest. All right. So are you ready? Do you have any more excuses, Caleb Smith? Or plan, I'm sorry. Kind of plan. You got any more excuses? Any other reasons why you can't fight Canelo after he's done with Yildirim? Are you going to have any other reason? Oh, I need more time, or he's trying to catch me when I'm right at, like, Canelo didn't schedule this for May. He didn't schedule this for April, or he could have done it for May, Cinco de Mayo weekend, but no, you know why? Canelo wants to take care of business, and he'll come back Cinco de Mayo. He wants to become a undisputed champion. Like, you know what? Let me get this shit out of the way. Let me get this cockroach out of the way. Let me get this cockroach. Let me get this motherfucking cockroach out of the way. Let me get this mandatory. Let me get my Ocampo out of the way. It's like an Ocampo level fight, you know? Like, that's what it is. Let me get my Ocampo out of the way. And then, once I get Ocampo out of the way, you know, that's what he is. Yildirim is an Ocampo. It's okay for Spence to fight Ocampo. It's okay for this guy to fight Yildirim. Period. Done. I'm not going to argue about it. Okay? Both trash opponents. We're going to get it out of the way. Caleb Plant. You got any more excuses, Caleb Plant? Got any more? You're going to have more time to rest in Canelo. You're going to have more time to rest in Canelo. So he's going to get a stupid mandatory out of the way. You got any more excuses, Caleb? Or 3 times the charm? Canelo's been calling out Caleb Plant. Yo, Plant, you want to fight? Oh, I need more time to prepare. Hey, Caleb, I just had a fight. Dude hasn't had a fight in months. Hey, Plant. Hey, you haven't had a fight in months. Hey, I just won my case with the DAZN. I need an opponent in the next 4 weeks. You down? Nah, I need more time to prepare. Come on, Plant. Schedule a fight right after yours, Plant. And then we schedule a fight. So now you'll have more time to recover than Canelo from a training camp. What excuse now? What's your excuse now? Hey, Billy Joe. Billy Joe Saunders. A lot of people call him Sanders. But I don't correct them. You know why? Because you're acting like a bitch in the streets, bro. That's why. So I'm not going to correct people when they mispronounce your name. Okay, Sanders. Billy Joe Saunders, dude has time to pay people to hit homeless men. You know what I mean? But he don't want to make more money than he's ever made fighting Canelo. Why don't you go hit Canelo, Billy Joe? Dude has time to do YouTube videos talking about this is how you hit your wife and this, that, that. Well, why don't you hit Canelo? Canelo's available. Canelo's ready. What's up, Billy Joe? You got the other belt, bro? He's the belt collector, Canelo. He's gonna become undisputed 168 pounds. You got the other belt, sucker. So what's up? Are we gonna do this or what? Come on, Billy. Come on, Joe. Jump. Come on, jump. Make your move. Jump. Say something. I dare you. Oh, no, it's because there's no excuse, really. Canelo just worked with Matchroom 2 fights in a row. The DAZN, 2 fights in a row. He could work with you. It's the easiest fight to make out of all of them, Billy Joe. What you going to do? Billy Joe. What you going to do? Billy Joe. What you going to do? What do you do, Billy Joe? Are you going to jump? Are you going to jump, Billy Joe? Because May's right around the corner, Billy Joe. You just fought Martin Murray. Come on, Billy Joe. Who has Billy Joe ever fought? Like really? Is Lemieux really his best win? Is that like Billy Joe's like crowning achievement? Like for real? Well, Chicano, he's a free agent. They could do the Caleb Plant fight. Could do that shit in the pyramid over there in Memphis. I know it's not Nashville, but Memphis is around. You know what I mean? We could do it over there. We do a pay-per-view. We can knock out Caleb Plant. And Caleb Plant's been running from Canelo, bro, and I just don't like, and the evidence is clear, and I just don't see enough of it. This dude's scared of Canelo. He's avoided him twice already. Then he's very slick. He tried to get a fight, you know, at a time where it'll be too close to May. Well, Canelo, they tell you what, man, I'm going to fight close to March, and I'll see you in May. How about that? Smart move. Canelo ain't fucking around, guys. He just fought 2 months ago. That I'm going to get this fucking mandatory. I'm going to get out of the fucking way right now. This dude's going to fight in Miami, bro. He's taking over Florida and shit. Canelo's fighting in Miami, bro. It's just the most random spot to fight. You know, like I'm going to go fight in Miami. Welcome to Miami. Bienvenidos a Miami. What about that? Bienvenidos. Look, man. Saul Canelo Alvarez he has a plan. He has told everybody what he's going to do. But see, Canelo's not talking about size of the street and all that other bullshit. Canelo's saying, look, I don't give a fuck what side of the street you're at. I don't give a fuck who your promoter is. I don't give a shit who your network is. I'm coming for all the belts at 168 pounds. All of them. I'm a free agent. I'm really my own motherfucking boss. So I'm not tied in and have a contract with one fucking network. I'm really my own boss. This is what being your own boss actually means. Like, not just saying it because it sounds good, okay? But actually showing it. I don't rule sides of the streets. I own the whole fucking city. Saul Canelo Alvarez is going to conquer 168 pounds. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it, Caleb? I'm sorry. Did you have other plans? Did you want to really hold on that belt and fight nobody for years and just say that did it sound good when he told people that Canelo's would never fight you? Did that sound good to you? Did that make you feel good about yourself? Hey, Benavides, are you mad, bro? Well, you thought I was going to forget about Benavides now, right? Batista, don't go at Benavides like that. Like, I'm going to go at him if I want. Nah, Batista. See, Benavides, he was in quarantine, Batista. He was in a bubble. That's why he didn't make weight. You need to understand that's tough. Okay, cool. I mean, everybody else in the bubble made weight, but okay. Fine. You could redeem yourself. It isn't over. Hey, Benavides, you've been talking about it. You want to put Plant in the hospital, right? So while Canelo takes care of Billy Joe Saunders, how about you take care of Plant? Get that belt. Guess what? You killed two birds with one stone. You could put Plant in the hospital like you said you're going to do, right? And you can then fight Canelo, the golden goose. The money man of the boxing, period. It's not debatable. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Not even debate. It's laughable for anybody to debate otherwise. Laughable. Right? What's going on? What's up, Benavides? Well, what? Are you going to jump? Hey, guys, is Benavides going to jump? Come on, jump. Go ahead, jump. Go ahead. Okay, you say you're going to put this dude in the hospital. Go put him in the hospital. Take his belt. Canelo said he's coming for all the belts. Benavides. Come on, jump, Benavides. Jump, jump, jump. Come on, jump. You're going to jump, jump. What are you going to do about it? What are you doing? Oh, he went for the green belt when I got stripped of it. I was waving. I was in quarantine. COVID was hard on all of us. You know? Why does Canelo get the belts? That's what a lot of you sound like, man. Why does Canelo get the belt? Benavides was champion. He didn't try to fight him. He's waiting for the belt. They let him fight for the vacant belt. What about Benavides? Yeah, he missed weight. Yeah, the second time I've been stripped of the belt. Look out of here. He missed weight. I don't know how long a lot of you been watching boxing. That's not like normal. It's not normal to just miss weight, especially if you're a champion, right? So what are you going to do about it? He's got your belt. What do you do about it? Yildirim was the mandatory before Benavides was stripped. Benavides was going to fight Yildirim next, regardless of what anybody else says. Those are just the facts, right? So, Canelo's taking care of his version of Ocampo. That's all. That's what this is. They said do it in February, and then you know what? Hey, Caleb Plant, where you at, bro? Benavides, where you at? Billy Joe Saunders, where you at? Andrade, where you at? Andrade said it himself. We need to start building our own resumes, and you know what I mean, before, and just stop calling out Canelo all the time, right? I don't know. You said we're going to go up and beat up Billy Joe Saunders and then take his belt, and we're going to see it. Canelo has the same energy and this, that, and the third. Well, dude, you're running out of time. Like, hurry up. You got to hurry the fuck up, bro. Now, you better get that fight ASAP. Oh, I'm not done. Oh, I'm not done yet. No. Batista. All this, trying to become undisputed at 168 pounds, it's all part of the plan to avoid and duck Jermall Charlo. Oh, is that right? Because I didn't know that. I must have missed something. I wasn't aware that was the case. Who got offered $15 million again? Yo, wait a minute. Whose brother came out and said, man, I wouldn't have turned down $50 million? Who did that again? That's number one. Number two. Oh, no, but he was just joking. Okay. Look. Canelo already told you what he's going to do. What are you doing to make it happen? What are you doing? What are you doing? What's up? Are you going to jump? Jump up division. Let's go. You're a big boy. You're bigger than Canelo. Come on now. You can fight Caleb Plant. Charlo versus Caleb Plant. Is there something wrong with that fight? Easy to make. None of them are their own boss. I don't give a fuck what they say. But they're both on PBC, so they can make the fight happen. That's why they can't fight guys out of PBC. They're not their own boss. Oh, that's just bullshit. But why can't Caleb Plant versus Charlo? All right? Caleb Plant, Charlo. Who wins that fight? Oh my God. For the first time in their careers, they'll be in a fight that's hard to pick? Oh my God. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think we've ever witnessed this before. One guy's been fighting Caleb Plant was literally fighting the Subway guy. Okay? Like, what is this? What? He's about to fight Caleb Truax. Jamal Charlo, outside like an old Trout, an old Canaan, but no, he's the one that fights guys his age, right? Who else had he fought? Shevchenko? A guy who is an underachiever, a guy who could never beat the top dogs, that had already lost Jacobs, had already lost to Triple G, lost to the guys that Canelo already beat. I mean, good step up. I'm happy for the guy, but shit. I think this is a good fight. And guess what? You get that belt. Take Plant's belt. And I'm telling you right now, I promise you it will be beautiful. Like, you'll make a statement. You'll have a big win under your belt if you beat Plant. And then, wait, what? Wait, what? None of them should fight each other. Canelo has to fight all of them. What? What do you mean? Oh, that's right. This is Dickstown, right? No, none of these guys should fight each other. Oh, that's right. Canelo already unified with one champion at this weight class, but none of these other dudes can unify with each other, right? None of these guys can fight under the champion. Canelo needs to do everything. Canelo needs to fight Triple G. Canelo needs to fight Billy Joe. Canelo needs to fight Charlo. Canelo needs to fight Plant. Canelo needs to fight Billy Joe. Canelo needs to fight Andre. But none of these dudes got to fight each other, right? Wrong, right? Let's get the fights on. They need to fight somebody. What are you doing in the meantime? What are you doing? Who else are you going to fight, honestly? Oh, yeah, I'm really going to show Canelo by fighting some fucking Truax. So good going there, okay? You fought the Subway guy. Man, you really showed him. We all know Cinco de Mayo is coming. Hey, Canelo's going to dispatch and destroy Yildirim, okay? Fight's not going to go long. Canelo's good. He'll be ready for May. Who's ready to fight him in May? And what are you doing to position yourself to fight in May? What are you doing? What are you doing? I know this is like a bubble burster for a lot of people when they hear shit like this. I know it is, right? Because they're used to hearing like just the one-sided shit about Canelo. It's easy to do it. You want me to be honest? I don't think the Yildirim fight's a good fight. But I also understand that, it's a mandatory. A lot of mandatories kind of suck, right? But they are what they are. We understand the circumstances behind them a lot of times. But we should be thankful that Canelo's getting rid of it early in the year. Let me get this shit out of the way. Thank you very much. And yo, what's up, Plant? Now, don't worry. If you motherfuckers don't fight each other, if you just wait around and just wait for the big payday and just claim Canelo's ducking, because Canelo could totally be ducking like 6-7 guys all at once, right? Don't worry about it. Like Canelo will come for the belts anyway. If you want to chill, relax, okay, cool. Okay, we'll come for the belts. Canelo will come for the belts. Don't worry about it. Give me that belt. Thank you very much. Give me that belt. Thank you very much. Hey, Canelo's on a mission to be undisputed at 168 pounds. That's what he wants to do. That's what he's been talking about. Is Gennady Golovkin going to move up once in his fucking life? Everybody pressure Canelo to move up and fight Golovkin, right? Can't Golovkin move up in weight class and fight Billy Joe Saunders himself? Can he fight Plant? You got two options, brother. Get a belt. And you can get that third fight. See, Plant and Billy Joe got it easy. They already got the belts. Canelo's almost begging Plant to fight him. You know what I mean? Canelo is marinating these dudes to fight him. Okay? Send him gifts and shit. Like, come on, fight me, bro. I want your belt. You know? Bunch of random like Mexican models showed up to Plant's house. You know, like, what are you doing here? Oh, Canelo sent us. Like he just wants to fight in return. Are you gonna fight him? No. Close the door and shit. Hey, let me tell you something. Caleb Plant's gonna fight early February, right? If I'm not mistaken. Canelo's gonna fight late February. Dude, if Canelo calls you out after that fight and you turn it down, you're a bitch. Like simple, point blank. There's no other way to put it. I'm sorry. Like point blank. I never seen a dude pursued by the cash cow and then it keeps turning down the fight. This is insane. All right? Because Canelo will have less time to prepare than you. He'll have less rest time than you. There really is no excuse. No, but see, Canelo wants everybody to fight him with this and that. You guys are just making shit up. All right? That's all you're doing. Kovalev didn't have to fight Yard. All right? He refused to let go of that fight. He insisted to fight Yard. All right? Offer a dude $13 million to fight you, and then like, what do you want him to change the date from? What the fuck's going on over here? Let me go over some of these comments. Yeah. Bruce goes, how's it going? Another cherry pick for Canelo Chicano. Canelo fought last month. He's fighting next month, and it's all the over soon, people. Relax. That's right. Just getting out of the way, bro. Chicano says, Heyman has time to put his best fighter against Plant, so the winner faces Canelo this year. Easy chess move, but it won't happen. That's right. Plant needs 6 months to negotiate and 6 months to train, says A-Rod. Lawrence Williams, Canelo versus Billy Joe, May 8th. Canelo Plant in September. I see that. That'll be epic. So if they don't want to do nothing and just sit back and wait for the big payday, they can do that, you know. Ocampo fought last weekend, or it's got you. Paul Vazo is fighting Yildirim in February. Grape Jack says, fuck the side of the street talk. Absolutely. What's going on, Sonteo? I thought he was supposed to fight in Guadalajara, says Boxer. That's right, man. He stuffed his own people. He's going to go to Miami, bro. Welcome to Miami. Bienvenidos a Miami. You know, like that's where he's going to be. He's going to be in Cano's neck of the woods. Cano's going to be front row. He's the biggest fan of Canelo. I know it. Benavidez has an opponent for March 13th. Hey, these guys are lined up perfectly to make fights happen in the fall, man. Or the summer. They're lined up perfectly. Lance Meyer, DJ Mexicano de Tejas. How's it going? Boxing Dollar, Benavidez to lay off the nose candy and McDonald's. That's true. Fighting words, Cano Benavidez. Hey, maybe down the line. You know, tune up. Claudio Monreal, David just might not be able to make weight anymore. He's a big guy. Well, that's on him. Then go fight better BF then. All right, how about that? Got the same as always with the PBC 168 pounders. Well, all of them are like that, says Chicano Prophet. Cano already has the best resume 168. Sad, he does. And he just literally just has 2 fights there. He already has better. He already beat somebody better than Plant ever has and Benavidez ever has. And that's just the truth. Like, nobody wants to acknowledge these things. Canelo doesn't fight anyone with a pulse, says Anthony. No, he's not. What are you talking about? If he's not fighting anybody with a pulse, who the fuck are these other dudes fighting? That's always the follow-up. If Canelo's fighting dudes with no pulse, who the fuck are these other dudes fighting? Who's Plant is fighting Truax, for God's sakes. $1,000 says respect to Andrade if he moves up and beats Saunders. That's right. All PBC fighters have options. They want Canelo to fight, but they won't. Don't make their own decisions, says Chicano. That's a damn good fight, he says. One of the fights I mentioned. Boxdala Jamal is a big middleweight. He could fight at 168. Battle the Caleb. That's Caleb Truax versus Caleb Plant. Trash fight. Doesn't get called out, but everybody, Canelo's the one that doesn't want to fight anybody. Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. What's going to chain with ice? Canelo's fighting the best opposition out there, period. Channel trying to discredit Canelo's win against Jacob, says Chicano Prophet. But give Jamal credit for beating Chenko. You can't make the shit up. But Jacobs beat Chenko! I mean, that's amazing. What's going on, Raider? Hey, we might as well keep it stable on ice while Canelo goes through them. Because Canelo's going to beat them all anyway. Trying it out is the best move. Hey, I'm telling you, you know what I mean? Better for him. He gets more paydays the more of his fighters Canelo fights. He'll fund PBC. Kid says, this is terrible to say for the boxing purists who believe that we are supposed to get all the fights we never actually get. Triple G is going to fight another janitor, says Claudio Monreal. Who's the dude Triple G just fought? You know what I mean? I don't care if Canelo fights Plant. There's plenty of fights for Canelo on the UK DAZN side, and it's plenty of fights for Plant on the PBC side. Yeah, but Canelo ain't on the side of the street shit. He's coming for all the belts. 168. All right, Triple G might fight Munguia, says Monreal. Probably. Potato Boss says, Yard turned down $1 million step aside money. Well, there you go. Cano says he gave up on Canelo. Canelo will win you back, Cano. He will win you back. He's fighting better opposition than anybody in and around his weight class. That is undisputed. Period. Plant already ducked twice, as JC did. What's going on, bro? Anthony Jones, bro. Let us know when Canelo's going to actually fight someone at least 60, 40, 90, 10% fights. It's ridiculous. What do you mean? Well, what does that mean? 60, 40, 90, 10 fights ridiculous. What do you mean? Anthony Jones. Anthony Jones. Give me a fighter with a better resume than Canelo, Anthony Jones. That's your homework. Put him in the chat. Just give me one. Give me un nombre. Just one. That's it. Goat Nello, says JC. Every few years, give us some butterflies, says Anthony Jones. Who? Anthony Jones. Who? Anthony Jones. Look, we can call them all the names we want, justify whatever we want. The fight is never going to happen. It's a skinny kitty. Hate is going to hate, says JC. Canelo's everyone's boss, says JC. Canelo pound for pound number one, says Raider. Canelo Local Sports. The king of Puerto Rican boxing talk. Here on YouTube. To be fair, Plant blew his chances. He can't blame nobody but himself, absolutely. See, speaking facts. I don't always agree with you, Connor, but when I do, it's facts. And somebody please put me a name that has a better resume than Canelo in the last 10 years. Just one. I'm just asking for one name. Give me one name with a better resume than Canelo in the last 10 years. Give me one. Just one. I want to hear just one. Un nombre. Nada más. I'm not asking for a lot here. I'm just asking for a name. People acting like I'm asking for the world or something. You know? I was asking for one name. Not a couple of names. Just one. Pacquiao has the best career resume to Canelo, but I don't know about the last 10 years. The last 10 years, Canelo has a better resume than anybody. Of course, Pacquiao has a better resume overall. For now. But hey, can anybody give me a PBC fighter that has a better resume than Canelo? Like anybody? What's going on? Speak Your Mind Sports Talk. D. Jefferson in the building. Well, Skinny Kenny, right now what's unique about this is the following. Let me ask you this, Skinny Kenny. Does Canelo have a long-term contract? Is he tied to one network or one promoter for multiple fights? Yes or no? That's all I want to know. So that's all I need to know. Is Canelo flexible now to fight under different networks? Like right now, so you know what? I can work with the zone. I'll make this mandatory on the zone. You know what? I can fight this one champion over here. Callum Smith was considered, the most accomplished in it with 168 pounder. Right? So we need to understand this. There's a very unique situation that this is a boss. We got Canelo buying soccer teams and like he's making moves right now. He's showing me this is what a boss does. All of you motherfuckers over there, you ain't no boss. All right? Like, I'm a boss. I'm my own boss. I'm not with Bob Arum. Remember Keith Thurman? I'm not with Bob Arum. I am. Let me tell you something. I am my own boss. Like, get the fuck out of here. You get over there. De La Hoya left you. Mayweather left you. And then Pacquiao left you. Now, Pacquiao beat your ass. How about that? You forgot to mention that? Keith Thurman. Come on, Keith. Still ducking Charlo. Charlo over there building a legacy. Who, Jamal? Like what? Legacy? Hold up. Look. If you want to talk about Jamal Charlo, building a legacy because he's about to become undisputed or he's close to, like, you know what I mean? Cool. We can have that conversation. But Jamal Charlo building a legacy when his best win at the age of 30 as Shevchenko is beyond ridiculous. Okay? He could fight Andre. He could fight people to start building a legacy. He hasn't fought anybody. Part is a very good resume, but hardly any meaningful wins or accomplishments. Maybe he should try to be number one in division or unified champion. Damn. Kenny says, how does that guarantee the fight? I never said guarantee, bro. But he has scheduled 2 fights with both DAZN. What if PBC does not want to give the belt to Canelo? Nobody's saying he's gonna beat one of the champions for it. I never said give. And I never said guarantee. But if it's all clout, at the end of the day, if Caleb Clout Plant, all right, doesn't want to fight Canelo, he will be exposed after ducking him a third time, blatant ducking him. Then we will have that conversation when it happens. It's all good, D. It's all good. I'm sure he bought a soccer team somewhere, some little league or something. Canelo vacated the IBF to duck Derenchenko. Okay, you really believe he ducked Derenchenko to fight a guy that already beat Derenchenko, right? Because he already beat Jacobs. Everything you see about Canelo just isn't true. Okay? It isn't. I got receipts, dude. You know what's funny is that a lot of the channels telling you that Canelo is avoiding black fighters and all this other nonsense, right? Like, first of all, he fought Daniel Jacobs. Okay, he's an African American fighter. Okay, that's number one, right? But he also fought like Lara, and he fought Trout, and he fought Mayweather. Like, what do you guys like? It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, Derenchenko priced himself out, says Moriel. You both said resume, not legacy, or being better fighter. Resume, I thought, meant just who you fought. It's a skinny Kinney. Well, Canelo passes both the eye test and has a resume, so that's that, you know. Man, one of the big channels y'all follow out here used to say that Canelo had a sweet tooth for chocolate, all right? And I got the receipt for it too, right? But you want to tell me that you know what I mean, that all of a sudden Canelo's avoiding African American fighters? That's ridiculous. I'm sorry. All right. Charlo should fight Andre. They're both at 160. Why not? And if they don't want to fight each other, whatever. All right. If Andre wants to pursue Canelo, okay. He said he's going to go beat Billy Joe Saunders. Hey, he can do that. And hey, call this bluff. I'll be the first one to come on here and say, hey, man, Andre beat Billy Joe Saunders and Canelo said he's not going to fight him. Okay, I think we got a little bit of a problem here, right? We'll visit that then. But as of right now, Andre could do his thing, the way I see it, right? What's Charlo going to do? Like I've said this a million times. If Canelo died in a car crash tomorrow, okay, knock on wood, okay, knock on wood. Like, what does that mean? That Charlo's career is over? He can't do anything without Canelo, or what? I'm just saying. All right, now I think Shing is just joking around here. Derenchenko wanted like $5 million when the guy has no fan base. Man. Hey, these on here, guys. If you don't speak facts, it's gonna get on you. I'm just telling you right now. Shit. Basic, I know not fighting any good comp ever again since Braveheart started. What are you talking about? He just fought a champion, 168 pounds. He just fought the ring and WBA super champion at 168 pounds. Who the fuck have these other dudes fought? Who are these other quote unquote best that are fighting this best? You know? I told you guys D ain't going to put up with no bullshit. You don't want to listen. Let's say Killer Plant ducks Canelo 3 times and goes on to have 9 defenses and goes to 175 title. Will it really matter that we can curse him out and call him a duck? I mean, I guess we could define what matters, right, Skinny Kenny? Like, if Caleb Plant doesn't fight Canelo, it's going to look really bad. Especially, like, since when? I want everybody to understand. Since when does the money man, does the cash cow, the golden goose, like practically beg a dude to just fucking fight him? Right? Hey, bro, I want to pelear. And I know. I need more time. First, it was not enough time to recover. That's what he said. He just had a long training camp. He needed to recover. Right? And then he said, oh, no, it's not enough time for me to prepare. So what's he going to say next? Now, if he goes on, I mean, one guy is not defined by another guy, but it's just not going to be a good look, bro, if he doesn't fight him. It's, just being honest at all. But I have a feeling it will happen. I have that feeling. And if it doesn't, Canelo will still continue to fight better opposition than all these motherfuckers out here. Because I keep seeing, oh, Canelo, he's not fighting this, he's not doing this, that, and the third. But nobody's doing all these things they're asking Canelo to do. Right? Because Canelo is at a higher bar than these other guys. Canelo not trying to reach a bar. He is the bar. How are you going to be talking about the bar when he is the bar? All these other motherfuckers ain't doing shit. The only ones that can rival Canelo right now, as we speak, you have Inoue. Well, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. He's doing his thing, right? But this style, Inoue gets hit. One of the stupidest criticisms I've ever heard in my life. He gets hit. Tank gets pieced up with 4-punch combinations. That's cool. Inoue gets hit with a couple right hands. Oh my God. He got hit. Jermell Charlo is another one. All right? We keep it objective and true. Now, level of opposition hasn't been the greatest, but he's almost going to become undisputed. Like he's on his way. That's about it. El Gallo Estrada is another one. That win over Chocolatito is going to do a lot of great things for Gallo. And I already see some hate for Gallo Estrada. Right? Gallo, he's got losses on his record. Like I don't give a fuck if he's got losses in his record. Okay? Broner's got losses in his record. And I still hear about how he's going to make a comeback and how he's a real deal and all the other bullshit. Okay? I got to keep hearing about Broner, having skills and if you only let his hands go and this, that, and the third. But we want to make a big deal about some close losses that the Gallo Estrada had. Get the fuck out of here. Okay? You don't even know anything about Gallo Estrada. Right? You don't even know shit. Because he's too short. I mean, you can't put somebody pound for pound if they're under 5'5". Like it's just all this dumb shit I'm hearing. Gallo Estrada's gonna make some noise. Okay? That's what it's gonna do. But anyway, he's Japanese. A Japanese guy. They're just trying to put a Japanese guy because they're get the fuck out of here. Oh man, it's Japanese. Like so. What's going on, Snacks? So what if it's Japanese? So what? Gets hit a couple times. Oh! Like, first of all, did he get hit against Donaire? Of course. Right? Rigondeaux got hit he got knocked down by Donaire. I mean, I love that Rigondeaux performance, but he was knocked down. This idea that, so he got hit by Donaire. Right? He also made Donaire bend the knee. He also won the fight. He finished the fucking fight with a broken orbital bone. All right? You know how many fighters like Dubois can't continue because of a broken orbital bone? Give me a fucking break. He didn't get hit in the Maloney fight. Hardly. But it's Japanese, though. And he's short. My 16-year-old son is taller. What does that have to do with anything? Fuck out of here. Oh, man. Broner can fight, but he stopped fighting since next B. Look, I started as a big critic of Inoue. I did. But I got to tell you, man, the more and more I watched him, I realized he's a good fighter. I don't know if he's pound per pound number one now, like some people have, but he's good. And he's talented, right? Point blank. There's people out here that never watch the lighter weight classes ever. But they have so many opinions about the lighter weight classes. How can you have such a strong opinion about Inoue, but like you know nothing about the lower weight classes? Nobody is saying you have to watch the lower weight classes. I'm not one of those guys that says, hey man, to be a real fan, you got to watch every weight class. Like, that's not me. But if you don't watch the lower weight classes, if you don't understand that it's practically a different sport, then fuck off, dude. Your opinion is null and void. Who has Inoue fought? I mean, I don't know any of these dudes. Move up and fight your core. See if you're the real deal. Like, that's not like a thing. Okay? I heard a dude say you gotta move up, fight your core or Burchell to prove he's the best. Like, what? What? You want Inoue to move up to 130 to show you that he's a real deal? Get the fuck out of here. That's like saying, Teofimo Lopez, you ain't shit. Prove to me you're the real deal. Go up and fight Canelo. Like that. That's how you sound. You know, like that. You know that ESPN analyst. You know that ESPN dude. I forget his name. Rose was talking about. Lomachenko. He's so talented. You know what I want to see? I want to see him versus Canelo, and everybody was laughing at him and like we're fucking idiot. That's how you guys sound when you talk about Inoue. All right. Katie Taylor, every time Katie Taylor has a fight, some dumb YouTubers come out here. They're like, hey, Katie's good, but she better stay away from Clarissa Shields because Clarissa is much better. Whatever. But Clarissa Shields is a middleweight. She's a middleweight. Katie's a lightweight. Stop. Jalen Roy, that's him. It was top 10 best. It should be top 3, says NYY. He's definitely, I got him like top 6 or so. He's good. Inoue's good, bro. Like, he's really good. Then Ioka's calling. I don't know, man. Ioka should stay where he's at, to be honest, but that's a different story. So what I want to say is this, man. Skinny Kenny, you want to jump on, bro? I feel like you can make your point better if you speak, because text is like a thing. I'm going to put here, now I'm going to be very selective of who I let on. It's going to tell you that right now. Okay? But there's a link if anybody wants to jump on. Inoue, all right? Let me tell you something about Inoue. I think a lot of people are putting too much stock on that one fight with Donaire. I just think they are. They're not putting shit in perspective. Well, what's going on, D? You're live, bro. What's going on?
What's up? What's good, D-Style? What's good with you, fam?
Hey, I'm chilling, man. Chilling like a villain, that's all. Just was kind of bored. I said, you know what? Just jump on and talk some boxing.
Yeah, no doubt, man. This damn this whole, did you hear about the Ryan Pacquiao foolery?
You know what? Chief Funky and Christine brought that up to me last night, and I thought it was so random. Right. I thought they were making it up, but what's up with that? That's so random. It's just a random ass fight. Like,
okay, so Ryan Garcia, put out a tweet about fighting Pacquiao. So the rumors started. There was no talks about the fight. You know how they say like Sergey Lipinets and Jaron and his boots. That fight's actually in talks. They're in talks about making that fight, right? But with Ryan and Pacquiao, no talks or anything. Just a rumor of the fight, and now people are running with it. But here's the thing. Right after the rumor surfaced, Ryan comes out and says, I got a bigger fight than Tank. Announcement coming soon. So then people just want to start putting together the bigger fight is Manny Pacquiao. I don't know. I'm not going for it. And like I said, it all just surfaced from a rumor. But that's the stupidest fight ever. Like, it's just a clear loss for Ryan Garcia. Manny Pacquiao probably gets stripped of the WBA belt. It's a lose-lose for Pacquiao, win-win for Ryan. Like, what does this fight? This fight serves no purpose. Manny Pacquiao beats a young guy like that. That's not a good fight to go off on. Like, he's better going out losing to Spence than beating up Ryan. He's a legend. He's a walking legend. Like, so this fight is just stupid to me. And if you're sitting here telling me Ryan has a chance with Manny Pacquiao, go in the mirror and smack the shit out of yourself, because Manny Pacquiao will beat the hell out of this kid. Seriously, bro. Luke Campbell had him laying on the damn canvas face down. What do you think, Manny? Manny fights with better angles. He's faster than Luke. He has more experience than Luke. He punches harder than Luke. Like, it's nothing that Luke does better than Manny Pacquiao. Nothing.
It's a random as fuck. That's what it is. And they're not even in the same division. Like, it's just stupid.
Right.
It's like 2 weight classes above them. Like, this is not.
And you know, Manny puts on a little. He packs on a little to get to 47, right? So what does that mean? He makes 140 easily. If they meet at 140, he demolishes Ryan Garcia. Demolishes him.
If anything, that's more like probably more of an optimum weight for Pacquiao. You know?
Exactly. That's my point. Exactly. Which means he destroys freaking Ryan Garcia. It's not even close, bro. Do you see this kid's footwork? If Luke Campbell was having him stumbling, what the hell do people think Manny's footwork is impeccable, and the angles he comes from is it people like Keith Thurman can't figure out. If Thurman can't figure it out and he has impressive footwork himself, what is Ryan gonna do with that trash footwork, man?
Ryan doesn't keep his foot on the outside of a southpaw, which is fine if you're not fighting a southpaw with a killer straight. But what does Pacquiao have?
And he's probably one of the best southpaws in the game. Are you kidding me, bro? Ryan Garcia has no chance against a Manny Pacquiao. Ain't no slipping, no quick hook or none of that dumb shit. Come on with this, bro. Are they giving Ryan a check left chance?
But Pacquiao
eats check left chance.
Pacquiao eats dudes with hooks for breakfast. You know what I mean? Like, that's not a problem,
man.
So that's why he had an easy. You know, I don't want to say easy, but he had a clear win over Cotto. You know, he had a clear win over Thurman. Guys with good hooks. Like, you know, you need a straight right hand to have a shot against Pacquiao, and Ryan don't got it like that.
No.
So that's one.
But you know what, though? Now, I will say this. Hold on. I will say this. If you look at the last 2 rounds before he stopped Campbell, he was landing that straight right pretty good. He was landing that straight right pretty good, and he was fast with it, too. But, again, Luke Campbell's no Manny Pacquiao. Luke don't move his head like Manny do. Like,
he don't have the footwork of Manny.
Not at all. The lateral movement, none of that, bro. And Manny will have Ryan so confused. He'll throw that right hand and it'll go off to the left, and Manny will clean his clocks.
You know that hold? Let me hold my like. He does this thing where he holds his guard high. He kind of waits for his opponent to go first, and then he shoots.
Right.
That ain't gonna work with Manny, man.
Manny will time that. He'll time that. And you know what else? Ryan's a very reactive fighter. Yeah. So damn near all of Manny feints are going to work on him because he's so reactive right now.
And then he closes his eyes in exchanges. That's another problem.
Yeah, the kid just got a lot to learn. I like Ryan, but you don't talk about putting him in there with a ATG, like an active ATG, fam. That's what Manny literally is, an active ATG. He forgot more about boxing than Ryan knows. Literally. Like, come on, man. They need to stop this. But look, Ryan said
mug that kid.
Ryan merely said this, D-Style. He said, I got a bigger fight to announce than Tank Davis. So I was just talking about this
Wow.
on my live. So I want to give everyone this to think about, because these four names you can argue are a bigger fight than Tank Davis, and I'll break it down. You
Okay.
got Lomachenko, Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, and this is the one that's gonna get people, Jake Paul. But I'll break down Jake Paul. Well, it's funny, right? But I'll break down Jake Paul last. Now with Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez, there's really no question. They both have titles, so Ryan shooting for titles is much bigger than just fighting Tank. 130-pound guy coming up, so they already surpassed Tank. That's bigger fights. Lomachenko, in my opinion, he's way more established than Tank at 135. Tank's done nothing at 135. Lomachenko's a former champion and arguably still number 2 at 135. So that's a bigger fight as far as status, resume, legacy, everything. That's a bigger fight for Ryan. The thing with Jake Paul is money. I know Tank will bring some money, but Jake Paul and Logan Paul got 20 million subscribers and all of that bullshit. And we seen what the Jake Paul and, these YouTube freaking fights have been bringing in. Ryan Garcia and Jake Paul have been beefing in social media too, bro. Ryan ran up on Jake Paul at his house, signed a damn contract. Jake Paul snatched the contract, tear it up. They grilling each other and all of this dumb shit. So that shit'll sell, fam. It will sell like hotcakes, right? So those are 4 fights that he can announce, and that's bigger than it takes. And there's an argument that they are, but it ain't gonna be no damn Pacquiao. So you people stop it.
Well, I mean, the only one I kind of disagree wouldn't be a bigger fight is the Devin Haney fight.
Well, in the sense that he's getting a title. See, with Tank, he gets a baby belt. With Devin, he gets a real WBC official belt. That's what makes it bigger. You see, I mean, just bigger in that aspect because he's going to fight for a title. You feel me?
Well, so some can argue, man, that the WBC is on its way to make that belt the baby belt. At some point, have a franchise on every belt, kind of like a super belt.
That's all. I said that about 2 weeks ago. The same thing, D-Style. Great minds think alike, fam. I said Suleiman could clear up all of this. Just come out, make an announcement that the franchise belt is official. Nothing different from the WBA and the WBO Super. And then that means that belt Haney has is just a regular belt, just like the one Ugas had. And Haney and them will be pissed off. But what I said about that is you didn't win it anyway. They gave it to you. So take what you got. Yeah, take what you got. Because you didn't earn it.
It's like who's the champion before it again? Okay, thank you. So that's a good point.
Because even though Loma got franchise, at least he won his belt. Devin Haney never got his hand raised and heard and knew he's never had that.
It was the email belt. Yeah. Man. That's crazy. Well, what do you make of this of Inoue, man? What's your opinion about Monster Inoue?
Monster's a beast. I got him in my top 5 pound for pound. Matter of fact, I'm getting ready to work my pound for pound list now because I haven't restructured it since last year. The Tank Davis and Leo Santa Cruz fight, and I had Leo Santa Cruz in the top 10, but he's got to come out of there now. And I just haven't done anything with it. But Monster's definitely going to be in my top 5 most likely. Probably 4, 3 or 4.
Look, like historically, the lighter weight class guys, like the careers are like shooting stars. Like they go by quicker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're more active. They're more. So I think a lot of time boxing fans, since they see their fall a lot sooner than other guys in other weight classes, they tend to take that and like kind of bash these guys. But I don't know, man. I get a sense like a lot of dudes just don't like Inoue, and I don't think it's something like a knock against him. I think they see him as some type of symbol against like their fighters, So if they see the ring or just regular boxing,
these motherfuckers here it's just American bias. I can tell you that. That's what it's about here. Look at the disrespect that they gave to Murata, like he was just nothing. But Murata's a good fighter. Look at the disrespect that they gave to Masaoshi Nakatani, right? Oh, Teofimo just got beat up by some Japanese dude. Then this
Right, right.
Japanese dude comes back off of injury, 3 weeks in the few weeks in the hospital, 17 months out the ring, retirement, and beat Felix Verdejo. Is he still just some Japanese dude? See,
Right, right.
that's the problem with people. Like, they don't understand that these Japanese fighters have talent, so they don't even give them the respect that they deserve. Takashi Inouye just knocked. I can't even remember the guy's name. He just knocked his ass out. He had a war with Jaime Munguia. Like, they got to give these Japanese fighters their respect, fam.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of it. And you know what? You know what I found weird though? It's gonna be random as shit, but I have there's a good point to it. So a lot of YouTubers on here, like a lot of old school boxing YouTubers, like they'll like for years I saw them like never believe in the Asian fighter, like they'll bash Pacquiao all the time, and you know it's just whatever, right? Japanese fighters, same thing. Like, hey, who's that guy? And like, oh, it's about the USA. But then they'll turn around and say shit like, "Oh, if Bruce Lee was a boxer, he would have been a world champion. He would have been the best of all time." But we never see Bruce Lee fight though. Like we never seen him in a real fight. Like, well, what's up with that? You know, like I know that's random, but I don't understand that. Why are they so sold on Bruce Lee who they never seen fight, especially not in the boxing ring? But they're not sold on the actual Asian fighters that are doing accomplishments in boxing.
Yeah, I don't know, man. You know why? Because people are just willing to believe these style. Bruce Lee is the movies, right?
Yeah.
It's just like a lot of these LDBC channels. It's a show. It's the movies. None of that shit is real. But people willing to believe all of that bullshit. They just willing to believe, fam. That's what the problem is. It's easier to believe than to research and find out for yourself. It's easier just to believe it.
Just believe it.
Yeah.
Damn. You know, Teofimo Lopez, I think it looks like he's going to be fighting Cambozas. That's the most likely scenario.
Yeah. I don't see how he can find a way out of that fight, because even if the Aussies don't come up with the money that they were supposed to come up with, then I guess it goes to purse bid. One thing for sure, two things for certain, the IBF not letting up off of their title fight. They'll strip you. So I'm not seeing how he can maneuver out of that fight. I don't think that they, maybe the Haney's can go to them the same way Hearn went to the WBO and just tell them, look, it's the first fight, and we guarantee the winner of this fight fights your mandatory, but let's get the undisputed match. And then that's what happened with Kubrat Pulev. So they allowed the WBO allowed that one fight with Kubrat Pulev, right? So
Right.
maybe the WBC can do the same thing with the IBF, right? Just go to them and say, hey, let's get this mandatory, this undisputed match going with Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez, and then we agree that they fight your fight next. So the undisputed champion will be fighting under the for the IBF, and then I guess maybe they would go for it. That's their only chance for him to get away from that fight and get to Haney. And I think that Haney would probably be the only exclusion for undisputed. But outside of that, he might be locked in to fight with Kambosos Jr. And all of them stupid Haney fans got to eat it and accept it. They have to.
Plus Camboza, I mean, let's be honest. If Haney fought Cambozas and beat Cambozas, that would be Haney's best win. Hey, by a mile. It would. But they want to criticize
I'm
him.
not laughing at you, fam. I'm not laughing. I'm laughing at Raiders silly ass. He said D-style, D-jumps, and boxing knowledge is getting better.
There you go.
Raider from LA. Yeah, but no, I think you're right, though. I think you're right what you said. Yeah, I was laughing at Raider. No, I agree with that.
Cambozas ain't a walk in the park either, though. And I think a lot of people feel he is. And why? Because they don't know who he is, and because he's from Australia.
Yeah, he don't beat Tio, though. Lee Selby.
No, of course not.
Lee Selby buzzed George. He buzzed George a couple of times in that fight. Tio ain't gonna buzz him. He gonna drop him. And then George is. If you watch how he was going in on Lee Selby, man, that sloppy shit gonna get him caught by Teofimo. Yeah. He got some defensive flaws, like he leave himself open. Come in.
If Camboza's was named Jose de la Torre from Mexico or James Johnson from like Miami or something, right,
Right.
from the U.S., he would be taken more serious, I believe, at least in the U.S. as an opponent because he's the top 10 lightweight. You know what I mean? But he's from Australia, so we know how that goes. You know, can't be good if you're from Australia. You know.
In the basement, I think. Yeah,
Bob said he's
yeah.
fighting Cambozas. He will fight Cambozas. Bob says Haney is nothing, and he said Haney should have signed with him or he gets nothing. It's a skinny Kinney. Wow. Well, Bob says a lot of things, though. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
you know, Bob, he had a line once. It was, well, yesterday I was lying. Today I'm telling the truth. So, that's a Bob Arum line.
Bob Arum, yes, sir. Hey, he's a funny old dude, man. I'm telling you, but like I always flame Bob Arum just because it's like this, man. We know that the PBC does a lot of malarkey, and I think that because they're involved in so much foolery, uh, a lot of these other promoters slip under the cracks, if I will. You know what I mean? They're engaged in the foolery too, but people are just focused on the foolishness at the PBC. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I often get into these back and forths with people because Bob Arum is not an angel, fam. You can see the turmoil. Like there is a reason that he does a terrific job at bringing fighters up. We got to give that to Bob Arum. He moves them right. He brings them up. But listen, man, there is a reason they all have a disdain for him. And I'm talking about the good ones that really accomplish. They end up having this disdain for Bob Arum. It's too common, fam. It's
Yeah.
too common. Teofimo and Junior Lopez, they're good right now, right? But it's been a rocky road with them too. Junior was talking about how they was treating Teofimo after the fight with Lomachenko. And Teofimo said when he went back to his locker room, fam, I'm giving you some inside shit here. And
Yeah, I
Teofimo
heard
said
the same thing, actually. Yeah. I know
you
what you're going to
probably have anyway. But yeah, when he was going back, like the execs and stuff, not there congratulating him, they was all walking through the hall with their heads down.
say. Like a funeral is a quote I heard.
Right. And he's fucking top rank. Like, what's the hey, congratulations, young man? None of that. They all walking past all humdrum and shit. And I'm like, bro, that's terrible. That's terrible. This is the way you greet your new champion, right? This is the way you greet him. So the thing is this, bro. It's a reason that these guys always have some disdain for Bob Arum, man. It's a reason for that.
Yes. Skinny Kinney says, I guess Camboza is better than Santiago and Gamboa. I do believe. Yes. Gamboa is like 40.
Uh, hmm. I
40
think
years
George.
old.
I think George would beat those guys. I think he would. I'm pretty sure he would beat Santiago, but Gamboa. I don't know. I don't know. It's a good fight. I think George would beat both of them because I think Santiago got a chance to beat Gamboa. He rocked Devin Haney a few times in that fight with Devin Haney.
Here's what I could say. Gamboa is a better name on paper than Camboza.
Yeah, for sure. He's a better name than all of them
But
on
like,
paper.
that win to me is as valuable as
Santiago.
Well, what I mean, I'm trying to make a parallel between like when Green knocked out Roy Jones in Australia, like you know what I mean. It's like an older Roy Jones.
Right.
It's Roy Jones. It looks good, but we know that's not the same. Like it's not the same Gamboa. Gamboa was a beast years ago.
That's what I felt when Calzaghe beat Roy Jones. I was like, oh man, Roy was past it, bro.
Yeah, he was.
He was past it when Calzaghe beat him. If Calzaghe would have fought a prime Roy would have beat the shit out of Calzaghe. Dead ass, bro.
Yeah.
Calzaghe won't beat, but that Roy he beat, he was past it. So I get you, bro. It's like that. Like Tank, and even when Tank fought him, because people say, well, Tank fought him first. I said, I don't care. Gamboa was past it when Tank fought him, which made it even more ridiculous when freaking Devin Haney fought him, because he was already past it when Tank fought him, and he had a daggone injured Achilles, bro. Like, and he had an injured Achilles, injured ankle, Achilles, whatever the hell. It was injured, bro. And I'm like, man, I was mad because Tank lost me money, bro. He was on 2 parlays. Check it out, D Style.
Yeah.
The first parlay was, I only bet dollar parlays because I don't gamble much. But the first parlay, it was a dollar bet, $52 if Tank would have knocked him out between 4 and 6. Then the second parlay was 4 and 6 as well, right? $196 off of $1. I hit all of that. I had a basketball game on there. It was a 5-teamer parlay, bro. And Tank Davis took him to 12. I said, you motherfucker, you blew it.
Well, Gamboa's been knocked down, bro, like 14, 15 times. It's crazy. And then it wasn't his
3 times before Haney got to him. He was stopped 3 times. And you know what makes it worse with Devin Haney? Devin Haney, huh?
You hurt his hand?
No, not that. I mean, well, fuck all that, because Bill says he hurt his hand before the fight, going into the fight. I just did a video on that. But the thing that make it worse with Devin Haney is when Tank fought Devin Haney and stopped him in the 12. Devin Haney said Augusta Win could knock out Gamboa. You think I'm supposed to be impressed with that? Augusta Win could knock out Gamboa. Okay, well, if Augusta Win could knock out Gamboa, Haney, you didn't even knock him down, fam.
Yeah. You know, I know a lot of people, because everyone gets caught up with like, I don't debate the whole whether Theo's undisputed or not, because
yeah, me either, bro.
Because like nobody's wrong. It's just like a pointless. I've seen people 7 hours debating it, bro. It's crazy. But
yeah,
nobody's wrong. Like technically speaking, Haney does have the WBC belt. You know what I mean?
Haney is the WBC champion. Yeah. Fuck it, bro. Fuck it. See, this is the thing. This how I explain it, and this is why I don't argue it, right? Okay. Yeah. And I didn't mean to cut you off if you was getting ready to say something. No. All right. So Haney is the WBC champion. This is what Suleiman said, right? Mm-hmm. Teofimo, and there's no dispute about this, is a 3-belt unified WBC franchise champion, Ring Magazine champion, and lineal champion. But Teofimo also holds a belt that says he's the WBC champion. However, Haney's is recognized by the other sanctioning bodies. Therefore, you have a dispute. So you really cannot be undisputed if you have a dispute. Therefore, I don't argue that shit. Yeah. Because if somebody brought that argument to me, I lose, right? And that's my argument. So if somebody brought that argument to me, then I lose that debate. So I'm not arguing that shit, man.
Now, what I say is this, and I think this is what people mean when they say he is undisputed. I just think they're caught in the semantics of the word. And all I say is he's the champion of 135. You know what I mean? He's the man. He's the guy. You know, that's it. He's a lineal guy, in other words, you know?
He's definitely that, because he and Lobo Chico was 1 and 2. They were ranked 1 and 2, so that established lineal, and that's how he got the lineal championship. And Ring Magazine awarded him the belt, so he's the Ring Magazine championship champion as well.
Right. Well, and then there's also the aspect that people argue, like, look, well, Loma never lost the belt, and he beat the man that beat the man, so therefore he's the champion, right? So it's like we know as the fans who the champion is. All that's fine and dandy. That's why I consider him the best in the division, the man in the division. Like, to beat the guy, you got to beat him, right?
Right.
But I just can't. If someone tells me no, but Haney's the champion of the WBC, I can't argue against that because it's true, right? So getting caught up with the undisputed thing, I just don't do it. You know, it's a waste of time, in my opinion. No one gets anywhere. Like, we understand that Haney's a paper champion, all right? I know he didn't beat anybody for it, okay? But nonetheless, he has the belt, you know? So that's why I wouldn't mind to see the fight, personally.
You know what I tell the Haney fans about what you just said? I said, listen, that dude has never gotten his hand raised and heard and knew ever. Right. And then what I tell the homosexuals who don't want to let go is, Once Suleiman made that franchise belt transferable, Lomachenko lost everything in that fight. When he lost that franchise belt, he lost his connection to that
Right.
WBC title that he won because he was elevated from that. Now, had that belt not been transferable, then you could say Lomo never lost his belt. But once Suleiman made that franchise belt transferable for that fight, Lomo did lose his belt. So stop riding on that,
Right.
Lomosexuals. Stop it.
You know what's funny though? Even though I agree with the, I just don't think he needs Haney to prove he's the
Yeah,
best.
you don't need
right?
Haney for shit, man.
This is
And
in
this,
sports, bro. I'm a firm believer that in sports, especially in a situation where you're meeting for supremacy, you need like both sides to accomplish some shit. Like Trinidad and Deloya beat their fair share of really good welterweights before they unified. You know what I mean?
right,
Like it's just the way it is. Jose Ramirez, Josh Taylor, both those guys have beaten their fair share of guys on their way to meeting each other, right?
damn right.
Like Haney hasn't done anything,
Nothing.
like at all. Like I mean, one guy's gone through the gauntlet, right? And one guy is like just waiting, wanting to play in the Super Bowl. Like if he's done something, he hasn't done anything.
He's
You
never
know,
fought a top level opponent in his entire career, and he
right?
has a belt. I don't think that his fans even think about that. This kid has never, even Tank has fought a top level opponent. This kid has never fought a top level opponent in his entire career. Is no more than that. And but he has a belt, fam. And then they just keep dragging on and on and on about this damn belt. And I'm like, bro, the belt is worthless unless he does something with it. That's why I'm hoping that Teofimo, because they're saying now that Teofimo, 78, man, this dude, man, 78
Yeah.
is a real card. He's a smart guy, but I'm gonna tell you something. I don't like the way he uses his intelligence. But 78 just come out T.O. Cap. Now I'm like, how the hell is T.O. Cap?
Teal's not capping.
How is he capping for one Devin Haney? Like, bro, he already Junior Lopez told Bill Haney to his face. I was on live with both of this. Me, Junior Lopez, Punch Drunk, and Bill Haney, all on the live together. And Junior told him, Bill, if you want to fight us now, match the money or we'll fight you next. And Bill was like, all right, bet. So how the fuck he don't want to fight him? The man told him to his face, we will fight you next. See, these fans
Right.
hear all of this dumb shit and they make up these narratives and stuff, man. None of these guys, I always say it, most of these guys are not afraid to punch each other in the face. And that's a fact, fam. They're fighters. They're warriors, fam. They're not afraid to punch each other in the face. They're just not, bro. I don't believe it.
Well, how about this? One guy, the guy who's capping, has gone through Nakatani, Komi, Lomachenko. Who's the other guy gone through? Who's really capping?
He's gone through Moran, Antonio Moran, Alfredo Santiago, Zaire Abdulayev, and freaking Yuriokis Gamboa. Compare it. Stop that. Stop that.
Not just to correct Snack Speed. Like, yes, Teofimo Lopez and his team wanted the belt to be transferable for they could fight for it like if it's a belt. It wasn't given to them. They didn't get the status. They beat somebody for it. If anything, Deal did more to earn the franchise status than Canelo or Loma did. Like because he actually had to get it.
They don't get it. Like it's more like a pride thing involved in it too. They wanted Mauricio Suleiman to they wanted everything on the line for Lomachenko. They wanted what he got to be transferable, not for them to beat him up and then he still keep a piece of what he had. Right. They wanted all of his shit, everything. So that's why he pushed to make it transferable, not pushing to keep the status. But this is what these Haney fans want to believe. Oh, he pushed it. He could be franchised. Man, how is he worrying about being franchised for the WBC to escape mandatories? Because you only escape mandatories for the WBC. He still got belts that he got to have mandatories for anyway. So what's the purpose in that? He wanted to take what Lomachenko had, take everything he had. That's what it was about.
Hey, Snacks, we're not denying that Theo's side told the WBC, hey, we want that belt to be transferable. If we beat Loma, we want to be the franchise champion. No
Yeah,
one's denying that. But it's different to the other situation. They did not, like, they weren't the WBC champion and then asked for the status. No, the status already existed. Kind of like the WBA super belt already does. You know what I mean? So
that's the
that's
belt. That is the
yeah.
green. I'm my bad, D style. I didn't mean Snacks B. That is the green belt that Lomachenko had. Teofimo wanted what Lomachenko had, fam. You got to understand that. It's not that what that belt represents, Snack B, that came along with it. But what Teofimo was fighting for was to take that strap off of Lomachenko, because prior to Mauricio Suleiman not saying that that belt was transferable, if Teofimo would have beat Lomachenko, Lomachenko would have kept that belt. So Teofimo was like, "Nah, fuck that. I want to take all his straps. You got to do something about that." So Mauricio Suleiman said, okay, well, the belt will be transferable. That way Teofimo could take his strap. Now, the the perks that came along with that belt, okay, Teofimo got those franchise statuses and all that too, but that's not what he was fighting for. He was fighting to take Lomachenko's strap. But the narrative is that Teofimo took it so he could be franchised and hide from mandatories, but he got two other belts where he got to face mandatories.
You want to know
That's
where
not
they kind of
retarded.
get themselves? Like here's the part that people need to understand. Okay, the claim is he asked for the franchise status, right? Even though he had to fight Loma for it, but he asked for the status so he could duck Devin Haney. He never had to fight him, right?
All right.
Well, here's the problem. If that status wasn't on the line, there would be no WBC involved at all, right? So then who would mandate him to fight Haney? Ever. If he's with a different sanctioning body. Right? Yeah. So people just need to understand that. Like, it's, if anything, he just wanted the WBC strap. He was like, you know what? He is a champion. He's the guy that had the belt. He never lost it. And when I beat him, I want a belt that represents that I beat him. And that's why they're using the undisputed thing. That's all it is. And we've already gone over that, where technically speaking, Haney, it does have the WBC strap, right? We get that completely. And no one's denying that anything you do with WBC, you got to go through Suleiman. He owns the WBC practically.
He screwed it up, bro, but that's how it is. Yeah. He screwed it up, but we just got to accept that's how it is. Haney's the champ. Teofimo's not undisputed. Well, here's another thing. All of these Haney fans that's crying and putting so much emphasis on the undisputed, they just pretty much screwed themselves and backed themselves into a wall with this Kambosos Jr. situation. That's why I'm going to get on 78. I'm going to do the video tonight on this shit, because look, if you guys were saying Teofimo is ducking Devin Haney, and you can tell he's ducking Devin Haney, because who wouldn't want undisputed? That's the biggest fight at 135. They need to do it to make undisputed. Check it out. Okay, if you idiots are not accepting the Kambosos Jr. fight, that means you're willing for Teofimo to fight Devin Haney after have been stripped of the IBF belt, which means it still would not be undisputed. So if your whole argument is that he needs to fight him for undisputed, all of you idiots need to shut the fuck up until he fights Kambosos Jr. and then fight Haney, so that it will be undisputed.
Okay, I see what you're arguing. Yeah, and I've said the same thing as far as, yeah, this is the IBF. All right, we know the IBF doesn't play games
at all,
and just like and look, when, now you remember this, Spence beat Brook for the IBF title. Okay, went to England, beat him. Then he fought his mandatory. Look at that. Ocampo. All right. So, like, he didn't go straight away and fight a champion to try to unify right away. No, he had to take care of his mandatory first. The IBF doesn't play games with mandatories. Right? So at the end of the day, like, that's the truth. You know, like, and then 3 straight fights, bro. I want to ask you this, D, because I asked this to somebody last week, and I said, look, Teofimo Lopez just fought Nakatani. He just fought Comey, Lomachenko. Is it really a big deal if he fights a top 10 dude next? Is it really a big deal? You know, and I was told it wouldn't be a big deal, but you know, Haney, he wouldn't be given the same benefit of the doubt. What do you mean? Haney hasn't fought anybody.
He got 25 fights. How wouldn't he be given the same benefit? These people are so crazy, fam. The dude has 25 fights and an email belt, right? Teofimo has 16 fights and have earned every belt he has. How crazy is this, fam? Like, how crazy is that? He has 25 fights and he never won that strap. Teofimo in less fights is sitting on top of the mountain with the lineal and Ring Magazine champion, fighter of the year. And did these people understand this? If Teofimo wanted to go to 140 right now, you really couldn't blame him because he walks around at like 165 and he got to cut that shit down. Okay? Yep. Right? So he's got to cut all of that weight. So he'd be much more comfortable at 140. Now, if he left to 140 right now, say he gets the fight with Jose Ramirez, Josh Taylor, the winner of that. Hypothetically, he wins that fight. Understand this, you idiots. Teofimo would be undisputed at 140, no dispute. Then he would have been all of those belts. And Devin Haney will still, at that time, be a two-time email champion. Now, you tell me who needs who.
Yeah.
It's so stupid, bro. Like, the argument is so stupid.
They need to understand that no other fighter has fought. Look, bro, who else do you know that beat back-to-back reigning champions and it's being told, no, you have to unify now? Like, it's ridiculous.
Right.
Like, I haven't seen this in a long time. Or ever, probably.
It's
like
crazy.
this idea that he's got to fight Haney right now, no matter what, or else you're a coward, you're capping, you're this, you're that. It's too much for me.
You know what the reality is, fam? Teofimo beat a contender and Nakatani because Nakatani was actually rated higher than Teofimo world level, right? So he beat a contender and Nakatani. Then he beats a champion and Richard Comey and a champion in Lomachenko, right? To unify and defend his title against a champion. Devin Haney has not even beat a contender.
Right.
Not even a contender, fam.
I know what Saxby's asking, what's with all the idiots, man? Not calling you anything. I think he's directing that at you, D.
That's not to any of you in the chat. That's to specific channels out here pushing narratives. You idiots. And that's one of my things. So don't get offended. If you do, I don't give a shit. I'm just telling you, don't get offended. It's actually a show. No, I mean a video segment that I do. You idiot. So no worries.
Yeah, for sure. What's up, Guido? Tone Romeo, rap star.
Guido.
Yeah. The GOAT. Teofimo is the most proven, accomplished lightweight and the most hated by the LWC. And have it make sense as the GOAT. I mean, I don't want to group everyone in the LWC in the same kind of thing, but there is some LWC channels that definitely just, for whatever reason, had it in for the guy ever since he accomplished everything he accomplished. You know what I mean? I mean, I'll be a liar if I said that's not the case, because it is.
Listen, man, I don't, if people can figure these things out, maybe they can't figure it out. What? It's just this simple, man. I'll be there, G Funky. I see that. Yeah, I'll be there with you, dog. I'm gonna say it like this. It's a marketing strategy, right? And I'll explain it. Listen, it has to be an opposition, guys. And this is what these guys do. Me, I just simply go for the truth. Guido, mi hermano, what's good? I just simply go for the truth, right? I don't go for all of the nonsense. What they're doing is it has to be opposition. So you got Devin Haney. Remember, he jumped up there. Ain't no white boy gonna beat me. Boom, let's ride with Devin Haney. So Teofimo's the opposition now. So they have to shit on him. But it's more or less not to be truthful or honest about the situation, but to keep the marketing scheme going up. Because a lot of these channels, man, they're boosters. They're just there. They're commercial. They're commercial of the YouTube. They're commercial channels, man. And let's call it for what it is. And I'll tell them this to their face. They're commercial channels. They're not really about the truth of boxing. They're trying to tell people what they want to hear because that gets you a big crowd, bunch of super chats, bunch of views on your videos, and you get money. No, seriously, that's what they're doing.
Like the like infomercials, like, and Teofimo dug Taney, and that's not all.
Right.
He also
Right.
dug Tank, and that's not all.
Right. I can't deliver that kind of stuff. So, people like me and D Style, we're gonna grow. We might grow at a slower pace, but we're gonna grow. We keep it too funky, like G Funky. We keep it too funky, dog. We got to keep it real. We can't go with these narratives and these. I don't care if it's a black fighter, a Mexican fighter, Puerto Rican fighter, Croatian. I don't care, bro. If he good, he good. And I'm gonna say, like Dimitri Bivol, I think he beats all of those motherfuckers, all of them. I think Dimitri Bivol could be the poison for Canelo. That's right, I said it. Crowd 2 tears in a bucket. Fuck it. Nah, but look, D-Style, if you check out Dimitri Bivol, bro, he got everything to beat Canelo.
Yeah.
He's got everything to beat Canelo.
The movement.
Good movement, the speed, the jab, and plus he had counter. Talk about counter. Go look at Dimitri Bivol's slip counter. He slips the jab. That slip counter he got, bro, is lightning and it's hard too. And bro, I'm telling you, that'll give Canelo some problems. It's just a little feint slip too, and he does it so quick. He got the timing on it perfectly, and his footwork is immaculate, fam. So Dimitri, I think he'd be better Biev. A lot of people think Artur Beterbiev beats Dimitri Bivol. Nope. I'm telling you, Bivol gonna beat him if that's why they hesitating on fighting him, man. They know Bivol gonna beat that ass.
But Beterbiev's a beast, man.
Get off the fence. Get off the fence, D-Style. Go. This is what you do, D-Style. Go back and watch Beterbiev fight a guy named Enrico Colling. It's Enrico Colling. Go watch that fight with Artur Beterbiev and Enrico Colling. Enrico Colling took Artur Beterbiev deep in that fight. And the reason he did was because he had good footwork, great movement. But Enrico Colling didn't have the offensive skill set that Dimitri Bivol had, but he was giving Beterbiev trouble. And Beterbiev finally found a knockout. Man, Dimitri Bivol, no sir. And remember, Beterbiev been dropped before too. So people don't think just because he hits hard that he got a diamond chin. Dimitri Bivol gonna break him down, bro. Beat his ass. I'm telling anybody. Watch. I hope Dimitri Bivol is the underdog in that fight. I might actually gamble on that one because I'm that confident. You know how accurate I am with these picks, bro. I'm telling you, I'm that confident that Dimitri Bivol beats Artur Beterbiev. That confident.
Yo, Snack, I was going to answer that question, but Chief Funky already answered it for you, bro. But Teofimo just fought 2 champions in a row.
All right. Richard Coleman and Lomachenko.
There's anybody that never fought champions at Taney, but I get the point. The point, like, here's the thing, bro. Everything is about framing, how you frame a question, how you frame an argument, right? So the framing is, why wouldn't Theo just want to fight the other reigning champion? If he could beat him, what's the big deal? Just fight him, right? I mean, I get all that, right? But it's not as easy as people think, bro. Like one guy's on the DAZN, one guy's on ESPN.
Right.
You know? Well,
but I think Bob and those guys, they'll work together. I think that's the easiest outside of the DAZN network because, Oscar's in bed with him and Matchroom's in bed with him. So outside of the DAZN, I think definitely Top Rank's the easiest to work with. It's that damn PBC. They're not gonna play ball.
Look, how many guys around, like, under the age of 25, how many guys have, like done what Theo has done right now, active in the sport? Like we had young champions like Shakur. I didn't see any calls for Shakur to unify now, and you better unify or you're not a real champion. Well, why don't you want to fight a real champion, Shakur? Well, why don't you go fight Gary Russell, Shakur? It wasn't a thing. No one made that narrative. So nobody really pressured him because that's not a thing. It didn't become a thing until Teofimo Lopez got all these belts. And now it's like, oh, no, you better. You better fight Devin Haney next or else. Oh, you better. Like nah, dude, he could fight Cambozas. He could fight his mandatory so he doesn't lose a fucking belt. Okay, that way, he could still fight Haney. And if he doesn't fight Haney, Haney's a young dude. He's younger than Theo.
Right.
It's not like he's going to age him out. He's younger. Haney
only got a few guys.
He's moving up, bro.
It's only
both of them.
Damn right.
They could fight at 140. It's not like this fight's never going to happen. But they, I just think that it's misconstrued into, well, because he doesn't want it to happen. Says who? What? Let me say this, man. Haney is where he is. He's on the zone right now, and he has options, man. Don't go around saying no one wants to fight Haney when Fortuna's knocking on your door wanting to fight you, right? Like you have options. You got guys you could fight, real names that will boost up your resume and make it better. Because you know what I don't like, D? I don't like it when a guy accomplishes something and they start to take away from his accomplishments because the guy he beat to, make those become, accomplished, starts getting beat. So like, look at what they do to Crawford now. What he accomplished at 140, Postal starts losing the guys and who's the African dude he beat again for the
Ndongo.
Ndongo starts losing. See, who are these guys? I mean, he became undisputed, but who are they? They never beat anybody.
Ndongo was 34 when he fought Crawford. 34, fam. And Teofimo, look, it's only a handful of guys doing what Teofimo did, if you think about it. Because, like we said, they haven't got the belt. So, look, Joshua, Jamel Charlo. Who else? Who else got 3 belts? That's it.
Actually.
That's it, right?
How many belts does Inoue have? 2?
2. Yeah,
wow.
So that's it. Well, I mean, it might be some lower weights, intangible, one super flyweights and paper weights and shit. Like, I don't know those guys, those smaller guys. I can't even lie,
for
man.
sure.
But but even still, you know what? Ioka, doesn't Ioka have 3?
I believe so. Ioka wants to move up and fight.
Yo, he said he want to fight Inoue or the winner of Juan Francisco Estrada and Chocolatito.
Bro, come on. I think Estrada beats him, but it's a good fight though.
Yeah, it is. That's crazy though. Hey man, Ioka don't have he's getting ready to retire. So he wants to get that done before he retires.
Oh shit, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, here's what I wanted to say though. Like, if let's say Theo fights Haney next, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he knocks him out. In the moment, we'll all be like, "Whoa, see, we told you," or whatever, right? But then, like, what if like Haney just isn't who we think he is, and then he gets in a losing streak, and like this doesn't go anywhere. Like, like down the line when we're arguing, like Teofimo's like resume. Like people will be like, he beat Haney, but I mean, who did Haney ever really beat? Like that's why it's important for these guys to prove themselves before you get in a unification. It's important to prove yourself before you fight in a undisputed bout. You get some big wins, so that way, if we do argue, hey, Teofimo beat Haney. Well, who the hell Haney beat? Well, he beat Fortuna right before that. Now that was a big win, right? Like you can actually go with that. At the end of the day, if Haney beats Theo, even if Theo goes on a losing streak, guess what? He could still say, I beat Teofimo when Teofimo had beaten like 2 straight champions.
Right.
And Nakatani. Like these fights have to mean something in that sense, right? All these guys, man, they're just waiting around, waiting for Canelo to like give them the big money fight and they just take easy touches. They got to fight somebody, man. Because like if Canelo beats these guys, what are they going to say? First thing, well, I mean, who do you ever really beat anyway? Like these guys got to start fighting each other so they can build resumes so that the wins mean something. Because it's not the same the other way around. If you beat Canelo, that's a big win. There is no like who do you ever beat anyway? Right. That's a big win. What are they doing to give Canelo that same clout if he does beat him? You know, I just don't see it happening.
They'll disrespect Till just like they did Tyson Fury with Deontay Wilder. Like you listen to Joshua fans now. Oh, he beat Wilder. Whoop-de-doo. Who did Wilder ever beat? That's what Wilder was sitting there at the top. AJ was ready to pay $100 million to get to Wilder. Wilder won't know just nobody then. As soon as Fury beat him, he's nobody. That's the same thing they'll do to Devin Haney. They'll throw him right in the trash, fam. Like, who did he ever beat? Santiago? Abdulayev? He didn't beat anybody. That's what they'll do.
They're doing it to Jacobs, bro. Yeah. Like, oh, Canelo, he doesn't fight any black fighters. What do you mean he just fought Jacobs last year? Like
Daddy Jacobs. What the fuck is Daddy Jacobs? Chinese motherfucker?
He's a cow? Like, what here? Like, what is this?
Oh man, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Like Lara? I mean, you know, Trout? Mayweather?
Crazy. Floyd, one of the best black fighters in this modern day era, probably the best. Yeah, he is the best. I don't think I think Floyd's the best in this era.
And then the other one is Canelo, he just fights old fighters. You know how old K9 was when Charlo beat him? I mean, come on.
Man, they need to stop this. They need to stop this old fighter. It's just, look, they did the same thing with Floyd. So when I hear the people do it to Canelo, a lot of times I don't even get mad, fam, because they did the same shit with Floyd. They did it with back in the day. They did it with Ali on some of his fights. They talked shit about the Ken Norton fight, which I think was kind of shaky. I think Ali lost that fight with Ken Norton. But even still, this is what they do with the fans are going to do that. You got guys like JFL running around talking about Danny Garcia 39-0. He got robbed in every fight.
Right.
Oh my God. So fans are just going to be fans, man. And that's the problem with these bigger channels though in the YTBC, because with me, bro, and I think you too, D-Star, it's not like I'm not trying to fight these guys. I'm not trying to fight them. I'm just trying to put out the truth, you know. And if they want to,
we're just arguing the points anyway.
Right.
Just, look, if there's a narrative out there, right, D? There's only one reason somebody will get mad if I attack the narrative, not them personally. I don't know any of these people personally. You know what I mean? But the narrative, like the only reason you'll get mad is because you know I'm calling out the bullshit. If you know what you're speaking is truth, there's no reason for you to get mad.
Right.
You know?
Right.
At the end of the day, like there's no reason to get mad if that's because that's what boxing's all about, man. At the end of the day. You know, like if somebody says something, you give a counter opinion, but some things are just way over the top. And I'm sorry, but criticizing a 23-year-old unified champion in Teofimo Lopez, calling him a coward and all those other I mean, it's just over the top. That's what it is.
They gotta love boxing first, bro. If you love boxing first, then you can get past all of this other shit. Like that's why I love boxing first. You know, I get people mad at me. I get people, yeah, D, tell them next week. They're like, man, D, you tripping, you bugging. It's the same people because one week I'll be talking about, I guess, Errol Spence or Deontay Wilder or something like that. Yeah, tell him, D. Next week I'm talking about Canelo. Wait a minute, D. What do you mean? You know what I mean? But hey, Canelo promised that he would clean out 160. Did he do it? No. Now he promised 168. So do I not hold him accountable? I just keep it even across the board. He sold wolf tickets. Just accept it. He sold wolf tickets. They didn't get it done at 160. Now, I don't believe it until you get it done at 168. Man, I had a whole bunch of people attacking me because of that. Right. Well, I mean, it's not the truth, though. It's the truth. He didn't get it done. I know Oscar screwed it up. I know the Deverenchenko situation, contract with the IBF. I understand. Regardless, he didn't get it done. And then once he relinquished and vacated that belt, that gave away all chances. And I waited. I didn't flame him none of the time. But once he gave that belt up, flame. And Canelo's my guy. He's one of my top 5 fighters. But nobody's above praise.
Nobody.
Or beyond criticism. You know what I mean? So that's just how it is. So, you know, it goes.
I agree. Look, I'm I've criticized Canelo. Look, in the beginning of the stream, I said the opponent's kind of trash, but I understand he's just trying to get it out of the way. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to be here. I'm not going to pump up Yildirim just because I want Canelo to have a good win. I know it's not the best opponent in the world. I know that. You know what I mean? But it's just, let's get it out of the way. He's going to fight. He's going to fight him in February, bro. No, not May. He's literally getting it out of the way, because he wants some big fights this year. That's what that's telling me. So I agree with you. No, nobody's above criticism, and everybody, should get praise here and there. But here's the thing. Let's put it in perspective, guys. Teofimo Lopez is 23 years old. 23. We got dudes like Plant's almost 30 and hasn't accomplished 1/4 of what Teofimo has accomplished. Just think about that. Like Jermell is 30 years old. AD, we're in the year 2021, bro. It's going to be 2028 when Teofimo Lopez is the same age as the Charlos. Just think about that. But everybody wants to criticize. Like, I see more criticism for this young kid than I ever have about this. Charlos are fighting 8-round fights at 23 years old. That's just the truth.
It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. And look at Tank. He's going to be 27 soon. They talk about Teofimo. Tank is about to be 27, and all of these motherfuckers running around like Tank is a hero, and he ain't did a damn thing. Let's keep it straight. Tank, he's done more than some of the rest, but it's not hard to beat Devin Haney because he ain't done anything. So it's easy for me to say Tank's done more than Devin Haney. It's easy to say that he's done more than Ryan because Ryan's only beat Luke Campbell. So it's not hard for Tank to get over those guys, but put him over Loma? No. Put him over Teofimo? No. And at this point, hell, Nakatani at 135 is just as more established than Tank Davis.
Damn. Well, yeah. Especially with that Verdejo win. It was a pretty solid win.
Right. And he has a belt there. The same baby belt Tank got. So he's more established than freaking Tank Davis at 135. And that's just the reality. But when I say things like that, people, what do you mean Tank Davis? No, Tank Davis way more established than Nakatani. Why? Because Floyd said so? Forget about what Floyd said.
Yeah, I mean, Floyd lied too, bro, about the WBA belt. He said, Tank has the belt I had. That's the belt that matters. But he's lying. He fought for the WBA super belt against Maidana and Canelo.
Right.
Like, stop lying, bro. Like, that's a blatant lie. Either he didn't know or just flat out lied. You know what I mean?
He lied. He lied. Because all he got to do is somebody pull up on him with the lie. He's going to say from the same sanctioning body. That's what I mean. WBA. That's what I meant. That's all he got to do. I know Floyd. He's a piece of shit, man. But it's just to sell the show, man. Like, I tell you, man, Floyd have dinner D-style. He have dinner every now and then with Vince McMahon, and they sit back and Vince McMahon be putting them down on how to run a WWE event. So that's all Tank fights, dog. It's predetermined. The WWE event is predetermined. Floyd already know who's gonna win, and he promoted.
Where do they get this Tank's a superstar thing from? When he's only selling like 200,000 buys or whatever. Like, I just
Ellaby is he the hype man for that. You always hear Ellaby. Oh, it takes a star. It takes a star. That's why. It takes a star.
He's a star. That's the limitation on the Pedraza fight. Interesting.
Yeah. Right. Leonard, old wide-nosed Ellaby.
Leonard, he's got to know he's bullshitting, but how long can they run with that? Like, when the numbers are not that good on pay-per-view?
No, they're going to keep running with it. Because these idiots going to keep pushing it.
But he's on pay-per-view. Like, okay, it's one thing to be on pay-per-view, right? It's another to actually have a successful pay-per-view.
Man, people don't care. I gave up the whole gig like a month leading into that fight. I was talking about it over and over again. Gave up the whole gig, how the fight was going to go, the fact that Leo didn't have a chance. I even went as far as to say Tank going to knock his ass out in the 6th round. And that fight played out damn near just how I said it was. I
Yeah, for
said
sure.
everybody's gonna buy this show. I ain't even lying, bro. The fight played out as damn near exactly how I said it was. Tank stopped him, 6th round exactly. And I said, I told y'all it was a show. People talk about deep waters and all of that. I said, man, y'all must have lost y'all mind. Leo pillow fisted at 130. He didn't have much power at 126. He was straight pillow fisted at 130.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, look, man, I got some errands. So it's just some stuff I gotta run and stuff like that.
No
But
doubt.
just so I'll when you go live, bro? I haven't seen you live lately.
Oh, my other channel, dog.
Did they
Because
did they
I was
did
still
you
on that
dispute the
strike.
thing?
Hell no, I did. I disputed it twice. I'm getting ready to send another one in, man. You know, I don't know what they're doing. I got it. I'm waiting for an email back from the copyright division, but bro, it's crazy because they didn't. I know I didn't copyright nothing. Copyright infringe nothing, bro. I never play sound or show footage. I don't even play the sound because I'm doing like giving my analysis, blow by blow analysis. But I don't play any sound because I think that they bias anyway. But I don't play any sound because I know it's against the rules, and I never show footage. I got it posted. It's in the description, and I
Right,
got it
right.
posted on the screen. No footage, but whatever, man. The zone tripping, fam, and YouTube tripping for not even just taking that shit down because it's no violation.
Oh shit. Damn. Yeah, I want to talk to you about some YouTube stuff. Just stay on, bro, when I go off. And
All right, yeah, I'm good. I stay
so
here.
shout out to everybody, man. I gotta run. It was great talking to y'all. Peace out.
Peace.